This is one of the most exciting debut novels of 2025. January 2025 book releases. Yes, we are here. We are going to talk about next month's book releases, and also I wish you the happiest Christmas day ever. Everything that I'm going to talk about in this video will be linked down below, and I'm going to kick off this video with a book that we are all waiting for. Everyone is waiting for Onyx Storm, the third installment in the Empyrean series by Rebecca Yarros. I plan to reread Iron Flame next month, just to go straight into this book with like fresh information, fresh memories, and like get back into this world and feel the pain again. This is going to release on January 21st. And the next book that I'm going to mention has a beautiful, absolutely stunning cover. You know I love character art. It is called Cruel is the Light. This is a debut novel by Sophie Clark. It's a YA fantasy romance with demons. And the pitch says it is a YA enemies to lovers fantasy romance that pits a powerful exorcist and a formidable soldier against each other in a thrilling quest to discover the dark secrets at the heart of Vatican City. And it also says it is Serpent and Dove meets Empire of the Vampire with a star-crossed enemies to lovers romance at its heart. And it's also perfect for fans of Fourth Wing, Powerless, and Divine Rivals. I cannot wait to read this book. We have a beautiful, as you can see here, Waterstones exclusive edition that I already pre-ordered. I couldn't resist the sprayed edges with the cover. The book looks absolutely stunning. And this is going to release on January 23rd. The next book is the newest release by Frida McFadden. It is called The Crash. Of course, this is a mystery thriller. And in this book, we follow Tegan, who is 8 months pregnant and her life is falling apart. So she decides to drive to her brother's house to stay with him for a while until she can figure out what to do next. But when she took the road, she didn't realize that she was heading straight into a blizzard. Now she's stranded in rural Maine with a dead car and a broken ankle. And she gets rescued by a couple who offers her a warm room in their cabin until the snow clears out, and some time passes until she realizes she is in grave danger. I cannot wait to read this book. I have The Boyfriend on my TBR too, immediate TBR. I really want to read that book. I heard great things about it too. It is also her latest release. So we have 2 books now from Frida McFadden that I'm very excited to read. And I'm so happy that I have two of them, not one. This is going to release on January 28th. Next up, we have the 3rd installment in the When in Rome series by Sarah Adams. This is a contemporary romance, and the book is called Beg, Borrow, or Steal. This is about 2 feuding second-grade teachers that are also neighbors that find themselves teaming up in a rivals to lovers romance. Our creator said that this book is fun, silly, and swoony with emotional depth. This is going to release on January 7th. The next book is a YA fantasy retelling of Cinderella. It is called Liar's Kingdom. I love this cover. And in this book, we are following Elle, who has spent her years basically a maid for her stepfamily. So when Prince Bayard, who seems to have a difficulty recognizing faces, shows up at her doorstep and offers her a glass slipper, Elle couldn't pass the opportunity, and she was like, yes, it was me at the ball. And she goes with him to the castle, but she soon discovers that being a royalty does not solve all her problems, and she's of course lying about being at the ball that day. She's never met the prince before, but she needed an escape. She needed an escape from her stepfamily. She also discovers that Bayard's sister, the princess, has gone missing, and also the prince is preparing for war against Faye. And to add to all of that, Maxim, Bayard's best friend, he's treacherous and handsome, and he knows that Elle is lying. The reviews are very promising for this one, saying that it is a fresh, clever twist on the Cinderella story. I personally want to give this a go, and this is going to release on January 14th. The next book is not a new release, but it is a new cover. It is book 4 in the Witch Kingdom series. It is called The Endless War. We are going to get the new covers that I have talked about in my things that we need to live in 2024. Absolutely stunning cover, I have to say. This is going to release on January 7th. The next book is called Witchcraft for Wayward Girls by Grady Hendrix, author of the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. This is a horror historical fiction about a house where unwed young girls, pregnant young girls, go to stay there during their pregnancy, where they are watched and controlled by people who supervise them until they give birth and the babies get adopted by wealthy families. Then Fern meets a librarian who gives her an occult book about witchcraft, and the girls get power in their hands for the first time. Arc readers said that there are some gruesome scenes as well as childbirth graphic scenes, and they really advise against reading this book if you are pregnant. I wanted to mention that, so you keep that in mind if you are watching this video. This is going to release on January 14th. The next book is another mystery thriller by Alice Finley. It is called Beautiful Ugly. This is pitched as a gripping and deliciously dark thriller about marriage and revenge. And in this book, we are following an author called Grady Green, and he's calling his wife. He wants to share some exciting news with her, and his wife was on the way driving the car, and while he is talking to her, he hears Abby, is his wife's name. She slams the brake and she stops the car, get out of the car, and then nothing. When he finally finds her car by the cliff edge, he sees that the headlights are on, the door is still open, and her phone is still there. But his wife has disappeared, and Grady is overcome by grief. A year later, he cannot write, he cannot sleep. His life has completely changed, and he feels like trapped in these emotions. So he decides to go to a Scottish island where he can get his life back together, basically. And on that island, he sees a woman that looks exactly like his wife. This book is going to release on January 14th. The next book, I think we are all waiting for this book, by Su Lin Tan, the author of Daughter of the Moon Goddess. This is called Immortal. The cover, as usual, this author has the most beautiful covers. This is a YA fantasy retelling of Asian mythology. The pitch says this is a stunning standalone romantic fantasy filled with dangerous secrets, forbidden magic, and passion of a young ruler who is fighting to protect her kingdom. There is romance, but it's also a tale of ambition, self-discovery, compassion, and vengeance, and the bonds of family and friendship. The author's note about this book says that it is an enemies to lovers romance between an ambitious ruler and the god of war, and it is set in the same world as the Daughter of the Moon Goddess, but you can totally read it without reading that first duology, and that it does not spoil you for those books. So you can read it safely knowing that you would not be spoiled. And this is going to release on January 7th. The next book is also an anticipated release for a lot of people. It is Adrienne Young's newest book, A Sea of Unspoken Secrets. This is a magical realism mystery. The pitch says a woman investigates her brother's mysterious death while coming to terms with her own haunting past in this atmospheric novel. Arc readers said that this is a captivating, twisty, heart-throbbing mystery that is impossible to put down. And this is also going to release on January 7th. The next book is called The Starlight Air by Emily Howard. I swear this is the video for beautiful books because this cover, oh my god, I want to read the book just because of the cover. 100% going to pick this up. The cover is absolutely breathtaking, and I'm not going to say anything about the synopsis about this book because I personally want to go into it blind, and I want you to do the same. Let's do this together. I just want to mention 3 comments, 3 authors that blurbed this book: Rebecca Yarros, Nisha J. Tooley, and Jennifer L. Armentrout. Rebecca Yarros said, "My newest obsession, a breathtaking, sexy romantasy full of twists and adventure." Nisha J. Tooley said, "Be ready for a deadly contest for a bride." Mistaken identities, hidden magic, and secrets that will keep you guessing until the end. And Jennifer L. Armentrout said that this book will consume all your attention and leave you longing for more. I could not wait to pick up this book. This is going to release also on January 7th. That's going to be a busy day, I'm telling you. The next book is Water Moon. I have heard a lot of great things about this book. This is an adult magical realism fiction. This book is about a woman who inherits a pawn shop where you can trade your regrets and then embark on a magical journey. And this pawn shop is located on a back street in Tokyo, but not everyone can see it. Most people will see a cozy ramen restaurant. Only the chosen ones, those who are lost, will find this place to pawn their life choices and deepest regrets. And this is pitched as a dreamlike and enchanting fantasy novel. This is going to release on January 14th. The next book is one that I am personally very excited for. It is called A Language of Dragons. The cover, the Waterstones exclusive edition, the Amazon first print run edition that is available on Amazon too, and Blackwell's, I think. I will leave the links down below. Absolutely beautiful. This is one of the most exciting debut novels of 2025. This is by S.F. Williamson. This book is a YA historical fiction with dragons, of course, pitched as an incredible dark academia fantasy, perfect for fans of Babel, Fourth Wing, and the Scholomance series that I still need to read. This is going to release on January 2nd. Next up, we have the newest book by H.G. Carlton that I am personally so excited for. It is called Phantom. The cover is beautiful, and this is a 1940s dark mafia romance. I didn't read the synopsis. I don't want to read it. I want to go into this blind. This is going to release on January 21st. And the next book is the sequel to Five Broken Blades. It is called Four Ruined Realms. We also have a first print run limited edition of this book. This is an adult fantasy that involves a group of untrustworthy bad people that come together to pull off an impossible assassination mission. I only heard great reviews about the first book. A lot of people compared it to Six of Crows, but for adults. I could not wait to read it, and I need to read it before this one gets out because I need to know if I want to pre-order this or get it or not. This is going to release on January 7th. And that was the last book. If you made it this far, leave me the Christmas tree emoji and tell me which one is your most anticipated release. I wish you, again, the happiest Christmas ever. Subscribe so you can see more of my videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!